We welcome you to this broadcast of girls varsity basketball on NK Telco Sports. We are at New Bremen at the Cardinal Nest, where the St. John's Blue Jays will take on the New Bremen Cardinals. Excuse me. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Speedway Lanes, and NK Telco. Again, welcome to New Bremen. My name is Greg Burning. My partner tonight, Brandon Coverman. Before we get into the ball game here tonight, first let's talk about our two teams. Brandon first, the visitors from Delphos St. John's. The Blue Jays come in with a 1-6 record, that one win being against MAC opponent New Knoxville.
And taking a look, win against New Knoxville. New Knoxville still winless on the season, but and they're still trying to find their ground. So one win for head coach Nate Stanton and his staff. Some players they're going to really look at: Emma Will, Abby Kerner to really lead this team. Kerner, a two-time letter winner, and Will also a two-time letter winner. He's one of the players he keyed on when we talked before the game. Talked about being physical and locating where Chloe Homan and Marina Nelson are on the other side for the Blue Jays, so that they can contain these Cardinals and try to get their second win and second MAC win, more importantly, here in the early season.
On the other side of the court, the home team, the New Bremen Cardinals, have had a pretty good start to their season under Coach Andy Timmerman. They are 3-2 on the season.
Yeah, and had a good start, 3-0. Off to a hot start. We had a couple of those games, but they hit a little bit of a snag the last few games, losing to Versailles. They go on the road. They lose to a quality Delphos Jefferson squad. We talked about how this team is led by Marina Nelson and Chloe Homan. Chloe Homan averaging over 16 points a contest. So this team playing very well, but looking to get back on track after hitting a little bit of a snag here. Good opportunity in MAC play tonight.
Should be a good one here from New Bremen. We'll take a short break and be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it Caring Without Limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back to New Bremen as we get ready for our starting lineups. Those starting lineups brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. First for the visitors, Delphos St. John's Blue Jays, coached by varsity head coach Nate Stant. And now starting lineups for Delphus. Number 00, 5'7" freshman Carolyn Mueller. Number 12, 5'6" guard, a senior Maya Boggs. Number 14, 5'8" freshman Ava Hershey. Number 20, 5'6" junior Emma Will. And rounding off the starting five for Delphus, number 24, 5'6" junior Abby Kerner. And now the starters for the home team, the New Bremen Cardinals. Number 2, 5'7" sophomore Marina Nelson. Number 14, 5'5" senior Abby Powers playing the other guard. Number 22, 5'8" guard, senior Ella Pape playing the forward position. Number 23, 5'6" senior Allison Hayes. And playing in the post for New Bremen, number 30, 6 foot junior, Chloe Homan. And the Cardinals coached by Andy Timmerman. So before we get to the action here tonight, let's talk about our keys to the game.
Thanks, Greg. And first, taking a look for Delphus, talking to Coach Stant before the game. He said he wanted his team to be physical with these New Bremen Cardinals because they like to be aggressive on defense and the offensive end. He said, know where the Cardinals are in transition, particularly Nelson. She leaks behind the three-point line, or Chloe Homan slashing to the basket in transition to be able to score with confidence.
Thanks, Brandon. Those keys brought to you by Keyhole Pizza.
And the keys for the Cardinals.
Sorry, now the keys for New Bremen. Got ahead of myself.
And they want to rebound with purpose. They need to make cuts on offense. And Coach Timmerman also talked about containing Emma Will and Abby Kerner, the main offensive go-getters for Coach Stant's squad.
And now those keys brought to you by Keyhole Pizza as we get underway here. New Bremen wins the tip. Delphus comes out in a 1-2-2 zone. As New Bremen works it around the perimeter. Not real surprised by this. The Delphus lineup not particularly tall as that shot off the mark and put back up and in on the rebound, number 23, Allison Hayes.
And with that zone, Greg, like we talk about all the time, you're lacking that size. You're still gonna, you're gonna be behind in that rebounding, and Delphus has got to be able to fill gaps and not allow offensive layups like that.
The ball loose on the floor, picked back up by Delphus, and now deep in their own corner, able to track it out of there. Open underneath, the shot off the mark by number 12, Boggs, and Bremen quickly back the other way. Powers tosses it up, a good reach, Homan off the glass and in. So off to a very quick start, New Bremen in the first 4 points.
Yeah, you just like this pace for the Cardinals, just looking at how this game is. Delphus has got to slow it down on their offensive end, even though this is only their second possession.
Driving down the lane to kick out for 3 is short for Mueller. Delphus gets another opportunity there as that shot is missed by Hershey. Back the other way. Back out top to Powers. Chloe Homan in the far corner hits Hayes on the curl. Tough shot up over the defense and in.
You've had 3 trips and 3 scores. So, a great offensive start for the Cardinals.
Will picks up her dribble out top in a little bit of trouble. Still looking and gets called for a 5 count.
Call that area right there, Greg. You call it the swamp because you pick up your dribble. You can't do anything. You can't go back. You can't really move forward. You're in a tough spot. You don't have anywhere to move. Call it the swamp right there. And, it ate up their will there of Delphus and with their first turnover of the game.
So New Bremen back on the attack. As Brandon mentioned, scored the first 3 possessions. Here's opportunity number 4. Quick pass into Homan. She's quickly doubled. And a jump ball going to be called. That will go as a turnover. as it goes back to Delphos St. John's way.
And I think that's immediately what they're going to do with Homan once that post-entry pass happens with the size mismatches. You're going to see that double right away, and it causes a turnover there. Nice play there by the Blue Jay defense.
Will gets it over to Mueller. Will trying to drive down in the lane. Kicks it back out top to Will. Bremen playing man-to-man. Homan now over Kerner and stolen by Hayes. Hayes waits for the defense and a nice takeaway there. I believe that was by Will, number 20. No, it's number 30. I'm sorry, that's Klaus. And a tough shot put up there from Kerner is off the mark, but she draws the foul.
Yeah, again, Kerner, one of those returning letter winners for Coach Stant, two-time letter winner.
That'll put Kerner to the free throw line, 4-2. First one off the back iron, no good. Number 3, Mia Hirschfeld will check in for New Bremen. As Kerner settles in for her second opportunity. That one is good. Gets the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays on the board on our first National Bank scoreboard. New Bremen 6, Delphos 1.
Maybe a little relaxed, and they're getting on the board for Delphos as they're going to try to settle back in that zone defense.
Nelson down in there, all the traffic, and the Blue Jays able to come up with a turnover. Will coming back on the attack, goes right at Powers, trying to work her down in the paint. Instead kicks it out far side to Klaus. And that one tipped and stolen by Homan. Homan looking to take it the distance, gives up at the last second to Powers, and she'll put it up and in.
And I think New Bremen's going to be content with letting Delphos try to shoot that outside shot. They're saying come in the paint because they've got active hands on the inside.
Nice scoop and score there for Will. She answers the Bremen bucket. A nice drive in the lane by Nelson. Will draw the foul. She'll step to the line 4-2. That foul goes against number 30, Kirsten Klaus. Just her first foul. Nelson settles in for the first of 2 free throws. The first one is good.
Nelson shooting at a 77% clip this year for the Cardinals.
Number 22, Pape, checks back in for New Bremen. Also Boggs back in for Delphos, number 12, as Nelson hits the second free throw, and the Cardinals lead 10-3. Will watching that ball closely, and so is Abby Powers. She swipes it away, takes it down the lane, can't get it to go, but will draw the foul.
And that's what Abby Powers' best really thing that she'll contribute to this team is that ability to get a turnover, to get the team off and running. He only averages 5.5 points a game, but we know the defensive specialist, how she is on this wing for this team.
Would you say she imposed her will?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's a good dad joke. Or you're a granddad, so that's a good granddad joke.
Sorry, I had to say it. Shot is up and in by Powers on the free throw. Hayes will check back in for New Bremen as Nelson gets a breather.
But you put up 11 points. We're not even halfway through this first quarter yet, so offensively, a good start for the Cardinals.
Second free throw off the iron by Powers, tracked down by Boggs for Delphos. The Blue Jays bring it across half court, trying to get something going on the offensive side. They've met a lot of New Bremen defense here so far, as that one's tipped out of bounds. They'll stay with Delphos.
Mixing up pressure, but I think the main thing that New Bremen's going to do is to kind of invite Delphos to take that outside shot, because we know New Bremen plays with very active hands on the defensive end.
This one tossed outside to Kerner, right there on the cue. Homan steps into the passing lane, gathers, kicks it out to Hayes, steps in, lets it fly, no good. Or if you're New Bremen, I think you want to see Homan take that shot.
Yeah.
Though. You know, compose, get your position, and go up strong. You're the tallest girl on the court.
Exactly. And you're already in motion going toward the basket, and you're the tallest girl on the court.
Showed it there, boy. She has a lot of hands. I'm a little shocked that's a jump ball.
Yeah.
That was a lot of reaching more than ball hand, but either way.
There's 3 sets of hands in there. One got on the ball.
Yeah, that's right.
The other 2, I don't know.
Bremen keeps it on the possession. Hirschfeld lets the 3 fly and knocks it down.
Hand down, man down right there. Rotation gets there late.
And that's another source of offense. If Bremen can get some of that from Mia Hirschfeld on a regular basis, that will greatly change their efficiency as they force another turnover. Quickly back the other way. Powers over to Pape. Pape will let it fly from 3. Rattles out. Home in there again, in with the trees, and a jump ball called. That'll give it back over to Delphus.
We really see, we can see where Homan lives on that right block, and they're really not letting her touch anything on the inside. I mean, I know you take a look at the stats, and she's averaging over 16 a contest, so they're really, like Coach Stan said before the game, they're really keying in on that.
Number 5, Emma Wiltsey will check in for Delphus St. John's. This one kicked out to number 0, who also just checked in, and that is Mueller. She gets a friendly bounce.
That's a good dribble drive right there to get a good opening there for Mueller.
Delphus staying in their 2-3 zone. Homan at the high post, out Nelson 3 ball, in and out. That one scooped up by Boggs for the board.
That's a possession you live with if you're New Bremen. I don't think that's a bad possession.
No,
I'd take
especially
that
not
shot.
from Nelson, for sure.
Yeah.
She's done very well at the 3-point line.
I'd settle for that.
Swinging around, Boggs thought about the 3. Instead drives down the lane. Tough shot there, doesn't go. Bremen comes away with the rebound. Hirschfeld tosses it back out top to Nelson. Nelson wisely pulls it back out and resets.
And you see Delphus not being as active with this now, so you can be slower with that offense. That's a bad pass forcing it right there, but they fortunately get the ball back.
3 ball in the way from Pape, off the mark. Mueller had the rebound for a moment. Bremen able to force a turnover and get it right back. Yeah, you got to work that zone. You can't just pass the ball around the perimeter. And that's what New Bremen's doing. A good entry there. Gets an open 3, and Hirschfeld 2 threes here to start off her first quarter. That's one way to bust up the zone.
Put your foot in your mouth and say just pass it around the perimeter.
That's right.
They shoot it and make it there. But yes, you are right. They do need to do that.
Quick timeout on the court called by Delphus. We'll take a break as well. New Bremen 17, Delphus 5.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
Welcome back to New Bremen. 1:50 left to go in the first quarter, and New Bremen has gotten off to a very good start and a 12-point lead.
Shooting very well, 17 points in this first quarter.
Shot there on the way is a 3 knocked down by Klaus.
And you're seeing Delphus start to ease into their offense as well.
It's a big 3-pointer there for Delphus to keep them close, down by 9. There's Powers, kicks it out. Nelson 3 ball off the back iron. Rebound on the floor. And we will get a jump ball. That seems to be a very popular theme so far. And I will give it back to Delphus St. John's. At least according to the possession arrow.
Yeah, I think it's going to stay.
I think it's wrong. Yep, it's going to go back to New Bremen. Chloe Homan will check back in for New Bremen.
A quick breather, too, for her.
Nelson out to Powers. Up top, Hirschfeld, and then Nelson. Back to Nelson, was open for three. Ball
Can't
fake
sleep
inside.
on Hirschfeld. She's wide open.
And work it around, back to Nelson. Tough angle there, lucky to get that one back. Nelson has it again. Hirschfeld thought about the three. A little extra activity there at the foul line area. Gives a foul on number 00, Carolyn Mueller.
I just said it earlier, you can't sleep on Hirschfeld right there on the left wing. Look for her to maybe get the ball in this possession if they take a shot on the perimeter. Again, falling a little asleep a little bit. If New Bremen can get that pass around the perimeter quicker to her, they might launch up another three and hit it.
Number 4, Fairchild checks in for Delphus. As New Bremen gets it in, kick it back out. Nelson, she'll let the three ball fly and bury it.
And it'll work like that. Yeah, that works too.
Last 40 seconds here of the first quarter. Will almost turns that away. Fairchild saves it. Cross court and now back out top. Fairchild will let it fly from three. It's off. And rebound tracked down by Powers for New Bremen. 25 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Good ball movement by New Bremen. Back to Homan. Worked around the perimeter. Nelson, she wants to let it fly from three and does. Off the mark. Tipped out of bounds to Delphus. Number 14, Hershey, will check back in for Delphus. 12 seconds to go here in our first quarter from New Bremen. If you're just joining us, my name is Greg Burning. My partner, Brandon Coverman. The New Bremen Cardinals versus the Delphus St. John's Blue Jays. The Blue Jays in blue. And they run out the quarter, so 1 quarter in the books. New Bremen 20, Delphus St. John's 8. We'll take a short break and be back with quarter number 2. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Start of the second quarter, New Bremen a good first quarter as they lead 20-8.
Yeah, and just you wonder, 5 days off, 2 losses in a row. How do you come out? New Bremen red hot from the field, getting active, causing 7 Delphus turnovers that quarter as well, making it maybe 8 here, and they do.
Pape able to hang on to it for the moment. Kicks it out top to Powers. Swings it over to Nelson, open for 3, in and out. Homan there for the board, but boy, she has struggled on the rebound. The Delphus St. John's defense has been on top of that when she comes down with the board. They have had hands on the ball.
That's one thing they have done actively. It's making sure Chloe Homan's not going to beat them every time she's, like I said, she touched that ball. There's been 2 girls on top of her.
New Bremen gets it on the alternate possession. Good pass inside. Powers with the runner. Shot no good. Hershey comes away with the board for Delphus. Will weaving through traffic. Hershey back out top to Hobbs. Sorry, it's Boggs. And down the lane is Klaus. Shot no good. Homan there for the rebound. Delphus stays in the 2-3. Homan at the high post. Good pass inside to Hayes on the block. Can't get it to go.
But you love that ball movement there by the Cardinals. Even though they didn't finish, it went in and out, and Nelson sees those Blue Jays flying out at her because they know she's going to shoot the 3. So right away, it's an unselfish pass. It's like a 1-2 boom on the inside to Hayes, and she just missed the open layup.
Pape to trigger it in for New Bremen. Throws it out top to Powers. Good entry into Homan. Ball loose on the ground and picked up by Delphus. Will works down in the lane off the glass. Doesn't go. Powers right there for the rebound. Forces it ahead to Nelson. She'll drive down the lane. Ball fake. Kick it out. Pape. 3 ball. In and out. Homan there for the board. Can't get it up but draws the foul.
So now if you're the Cardinals, you've attempted 11 threes out of your 17 field goal attempts. You're 3 of 11, so you're about, somewhere between 25-33%. But, you got to think about starting to really move that ball on the inside now because it's not working hitting those outside shots now. Anyway, someone like Chloe Homan, when you touch the ball, move it out quick. You don't have to think of taking a move to the basket every time. You touch that ball, kick it out right away. You don't always have to go to the basket every time. Get another touch, get another pass, you're up 13.
So Homan makes the first free throw. Second one on the way is good. Cardinals on top 22-8 on our First National Bank scoreboard. 6:15 left to go in the first half. And an offensive foul called against Will. She's caught pushing off against the pesky Abby Powers defense.
Yeah, and that's when you have someone up in your grill like that. That's what's going to happen. 9th turnover for Delphus.
Second foul against Will. She will check out. Number 21, Brooke Altenberger, will check in for her. Nelson back over to Powers, back over to Hirschfeld. High post catch. Good ball movement by New Bremen. Hirschfeld lets it fly off the iron, no good. Delphus comes away with the board.
Crossover right in front of her.
Yeah, and Abby picks it right away from Mueller, Abby Powers that is, and then Mueller called for the foul.
No, I said, but that's kind of what they teach you in elementary school right there. You cross over in front. If you're a defender, you have that right hand out active, ready to tip away at any given moment. That cross comes over there. You make them pay. You tip that ball out in front of them and try to make a turnover happen.
So Will checks right back in. She has 2 fouls, so have to keep an eye on that for the Blue Jays. That one kicked by Will. He'll stay with New Bremen.
But right there, Homan did the right thing. Caught the ball on the foul line. There was no pressure there, but she moved it around quickly, which is going to make the Delphus Blue Jay defense work a little harder against this New Bremen offense.
Powers swings it far side to Nelson. Back to Powers. Far side Hirschfeld. Low block to Pape. They quickly double. Powers at the foul line. Good ball movement here by New Bremen, but good recover defense as well by the Blue Jays. Hirschfeld. Powers, good pass into the high post area. And taking it down to the block to score is Homan.
Yep. And look at that patience there, Greg. That's why she gets the bucket there.
Will driving down the lane will draw the foul. That's going to go against number 14, Abby Powers, her first. Number 5, Emma Wiltsey, checks back in for Delphus, and also Klaus, number 30, back in for Delphus. Klaus working against Hayes, trying to get a shot up, a jump ball called. That will keep it with Delphus St. John's. Oh, miscommunication there. Delphus not realizing they have the ball. Just over 5 minutes to go here in our first half. New Bremen with a 24-8 lead on our First National Bank scoreboard. Looking for a handoff to Will, and stolen by Nelson. Nelson looking to push it up against Wiltsey. Scoops with the left hand. Doesn't go. But the foul called. So number 5, Emma Wiltsey, will get the foul. And Nelson will walk to the free throw line for 2.
Nelson with 5 on the night. And Homan with 6. I think that's the thing. You're looking at them and being the majority of the scoring. Again, looking at some other players stepping up tonight here for the Cardinals.
Nelson knocks down the first free throw. Second one by Nelson is good. She hits the pair. Will brings it back across, trying to get things going here for Delphus, who's definitely struggled on the offensive side. Have 8. Driving strong to the bucket is Kerner. She will draw the foul.
Yeah, but exactly what Delphus needs. Haven't scored yet this quarter. Needs something here.
Not sure who that foul was called against. There was a host of hands in there. I think that's what the officials are discussing right now.
And Coach Timmerman discussing that with the official right by him as well. Dead silent.
Or maybe they're trying to decide if it was
shooting.
It was a shot.
Yeah.
Not real sure. But yeah, got quiet real quick. Foul's going to go against Allison Hayes. It is a shooting foul. Kerner steps to the free throw line, trying to get Delphus on the board here, as Brandon mentioned, in the second quarter. They have 8, but have not scored yet in the second. Powers checks back in for New Bremen. Second free throw is good by Kerner. Hershey will check back in, number 14 for the Blue Jays. Apply a little bit of pressure here. Looks like they might do a half court, 3/4 court, 1-3-1 press. Powers pushes it ahead to Hayes all by herself. She gets bodied underneath the bucket and draws the foul.
You saw that Delphus at safety pull up, like the safety of that press pull up way too quick.
Yeah, it was a really odd formation because you had the one person all the way up full court, the 3 at half court, and then the safety was it was really expanded. Usually when you're doing a 1-3-1, you're a little tighter than that.
Yeah.
You keep your bodies compressed more so at half court. You know, you have your head person at approximately the other team's 3-point line, and then you're packing it in half court, so you don't have so much area to cover. New Bremen took advantage of it. Hayes knocks down the second free throw.
I was going to say, a smart player like Abby Powers, too, sees that right away, and that's an easy throw up ahead. You're going to make that throw across the court.
So Delphus back on the attack. Here's Hershey out top to Will. Tough pass tipped around, Wiltsey. And now Klaus lets it go from 3. Good rebound and box out there by Hayes for New Bremen. 4:15 left to go in the first half. Powers, tough pass over to Nelson. Swing it, cross court pass Nelson at the high post area. Powers trying to find a creased little runner and gets it to go.
That's a good athletic move right there by Abby Powers. There gets a little teardrop to go, and she has 5.
It's going to be a full timeout taken on the court. We'll take a break as well. New Bremen 29, Delphus St. John's 9. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Welcome back to New Bremen. I'd like to thank these sponsors for tonight's game: Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Sweeterman Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Fuelsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securcom, and St. Henry Bank. I'd like to also remind everyone that Brandon and I will name a player of the game at the conclusion of the game, and that's brought to you by NK Telco. 29-9, Brandon, just under 4 minutes to go in the first half, and New Bremen pretty much in control here so far.
Yeah, and taking good control, playing good defense, being patient here on offense against this Delphus team.
Klaus here out top, dangerous pass back to Will. Powers guarding her. Will trying to find some room and definitely drug her pivot foot there. I can't believe the official watched that.
They've missed 2 in 2 possessions.
Definitely didn't call it. And then a jump ball called on that possession.
There's your turnover.
Gives it back to New Bremen.
Dozen turnovers this first half, 2 for Delphus. That's usually what we say. Delphus come in 1 and 6, 12 turnovers here. Doesn't really help them out here being down 20.
So they go back to their 1-3-1 press. Here's Powers with it, gets it across to Hirschfeld, and now back out top to Powers. Far side, Pape all alone for 3, in and out. Rebound trapped down by Hirschfeld for New Bremen. Good ball fake by Hayes, gets it back to Hirschfeld. Hayes around the top to Powers. You can definitely see the patience settle in. You said it before by New Bremen. They're making better passes now, not just like I said before. They were just throwing it around the perimeter. They're no longer doing that. They're passing with a purpose, finding open people. And there's a good shot off the mark by Hirschfeld.
Yep. And that's an absolute better look right there. But they've missed their last 2 6-3s attempts.
Will settles things down here for Delphus. They've really had a problem getting any kind of offense going here, the Blue Jays, mainly because of the New Bremen defense. Very quick. Here's Klaus, cross court to Will. Will trying to get by Powers, and there's their hands once again, comes away with it. Dumps it off to home. A good look ahead to Hayes, off the glass and in. Good turnover forced by Powers, and the Cardinals run the break to perfection.
And Hayes in perfect place, perfect time, 7 points for her.
Klaus puts up a tough shot, and Pape there to get the rebound for New Bremen. Just over 2 minutes remain in the first half. Powers, a floater down the lane, doesn't go, and an offensive foul called against Powers.
Again, just I guess they'd say out of control. It's when she came down,
right.
She probably would have took one less step. She could have probably did a jump stop in the lane there, but didn't really recognize the player down there taking a charge. A nice job there by Delphus.
Yeah, Klaus took the charge there for the Blue Jays. Mary Rindler checks in for New Bremen.
And Rindler going to provide another depth piece and provide some athleticism with this Cardinal squad.
Working out top against Nelson. Here is Mueller. Losing the handle there was Kerner. Jump ball should stay with Delphus.
Again, you just got to find ways to shield the ball from the defense. The Cardinals, for how thin they are, they play with very good and active hands.
They trigger it in, and right there is Nelson knocking away. It'll stay with, I believe, with Delphus. So good heads-up play there by Nelson. Get a hand on that. Altenberger will trigger it in for the Blue Jays. Trying to find a teammate, and then instead it's picked off by Hayes. So back the other way come the Cardinals. Hirschfeld back out top to Nelson. Here's Hayes over to Rindler, and now back out top to Nelson, who resets in a minute and a half. Nelson thought about the three. Rindler, tough pass inside to Holman, gets a lot of hands immediately and turns it over, but Hirschfeld right there with the hands, gets it right back. Holman down the lane, pulls up, and gets the little runner to fall.
Yep. Nice transition offense there by the Cardinals. And again, Chloe Holman has 8 points, half her season average.
Mueller coming down the lane, gets a foul. Holman with a little extra elbow there, I think, coming in when she reached to try to get the steal.
Good description.
That'll be first foul against Holman. Cardinals up 33-9 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Pape checks back in for New Bremen. For Delphus, number 22, Melanie Mueller checks in for the Blue Jays. Driving down the lane is 00 Carolyn Mueller. She draws the foul. Foul's going to go against Hayes. Allison Hayes. Yes, I believe that's her second foul.
And that's one thing, you talk about with the Cardinals. Certainly playing about 6 people most of the time. Haven't really ran into it too much in the early part of the season, but games where you could have foul trouble in, where you get a couple girls with 2-3 fouls, how far is Coach Timmerman willing to dig into his bench is a question that they're going to have to probably confront in some games this year. Probably not, obviously not what you're going to have to do tonight, but definitely in some other key games, down the stretch.
I think that's why you see number 20, Mary Rindler, get her. I think this is her first varsity action, or at least that we've seen. Maybe she played on the road, but
or this early in the ball game.
Right, getting some of that depth to get her comfortable. So you got up to 7 or 8 in your rotation, because that is going to happen. Yeah. It just depends on what game. 3-pointer on the way from Nelson's no good. 30 seconds left to go here in our first half. New Bremen on top, 33-9. Blue Jays, Boggs left wide open in the far corner. Shot missed. Homan there for the rebound.
And Cardinals haven't shot the 3 very well lately. They've missed their last 7 3-point attempts. So again, getting that ball on the inside is going to be a key, and they don't do it there with the turnover.
Yeah, that one turned over, and then Rindler able to scoop it right back. Papel let it fly from 3, off the mark. Rindler tries to put it up at the buzzer. Shot no good. First half comes to an end. New Bremen 33, Delphos St. John's 9. We'll take a short break and be back with our first half stats. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NK Telco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it Caring Without Limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back to New Bremen. We're here at halftime, here with our first half stats, Mr. Brandon Coverman.
Thanks, Greg. And taking a look at the first half, first for the Delphos St. John Blue Jays, they were 2 of 11 from the field, 1 of 6 from beyond the arc, 9 rebounds, 16 turnovers, and 2 of 6 from the free throw line. For the Cardinals, they are exactly 50% from the field, 11 of 22, 3 of 16 from beyond the arc, 13 boards, 8 turnovers, and a nice 8 of 10 from the line. Taking a look at the individual scoring, 2 points from Abby Kerner, Carolyn Mueller, and Emma Will, and 3 points for Kirsten Klaus. On the flip side, for the Crimson and Gold, they were led with Marina Nelson and Allison Hayes at 7. Chloe Homan leads with 8. Abby Powers with 5. Mia Hirschfeld with 6. For the Cardinals, 28-8 after one quarter. And right now, it is 33-9. Cardinals well in control here.
Yeah, tough second quarter for Delphos. You only scored 1 point in the entire second quarter. That's not a recipe for success, that is for sure.
Yeah, and it's, 1-6 team going against a 3-2, and you take a look at this Delphos roster too. Again, no JV team, only 2 seniors on this roster, Melanie Mueller and Maya Boggs. So this is a very young Delphos team as well. When you take a look at that, so there's going to be some road bumps and some stuff that's going to be difficult to overcome throughout the course of the year. So There's some things that New Bremen need to work on here in the second half. You haven't played in 5 days. You got a very good Russia team that you're playing on Saturday.
Here we go, second half underway. Cross-court pass to Powers for New Bremen. Swing it back around the perimeter. Delphus still in the 2-3 zone. Powers thought about the 3, instead reverses it, and Will there to pick it off. Powers gets back to it, almost saves it. It'll go out of bounds and stay with Delphus.
Yeah, and that's just the play there by Powers. Could have hit Hayes on the inside. You use a ball fake, something like that. You can't hold on to that ball for very long, especially against the zone, and they're just going to get settled in.
Number 30 here, Klaus. Throws into Will, and Will gets fouled. Sorry, that was number 00 at the entry pass, Mueller.
And again, a good move on the inside. Again, Delphus lacking a field goal since that first quarter.
So Emma will step to the line for a pair. Junior, shot rattles out. Will settles in for the second one. It's off the mark. So not helping your cause there.
No.
2 missed free throws by the Blue Jays. Tough pass into Homan, able to gather. Excuse me.
Again, looks like Hayes is going sideline to sideline, or kind of like baseline to baseline kind of type thing. Yeah.
Call it the short corner.
Yeah.
But you're right. She's running that baseline, trying to get an opening. And there it is right there. As I was going to say, there's the little crease. Yep. She stepped right into it. And that's just a shot you got to work on and make.
Yeah.
That's the opportunity in that zone.
That's a good look. Keep going at that look. That's a good look. You're going to hit it probably more times than you're not.
Raymond keeps it on the rebound. Pape going to throw it out top to Powers. Hayes thought about the shot. Said throws it back out to Nelson.
Again, he hit those cross-court passes. Maybe not necessarily get Pape a shot, but a good look.
Powers open for 3. His shot rattles off. Delphus comes back the other way. Mueller, good ball fake and good help by Hayes to cover it up. Boggs now trying to work down in the lane. Will draw the foul.
And again, you say that zone, your big thing is you're trying to cover up your weakness of the height that you can't control, obviously. Trying to force New Bremen to shoot those outside shots. 3 of 17 from the outside. So, under 20%. That's a number that Delphus and opposing teams can live with all day long.
A nice heads-up play there by Will. She threw that off of Powers to avoid a 5-second violation. Gets the ball back. Here's Will against Powers. Tosses it back out to Mueller. Mueller down the lane, shot no good. Homan there for the rebound. Back the other way, Nelson with the ball fake. They're very handsy, this Delphus defense. When you come down in that lane, they are ready for you. And offensively, you just have to know that and be aggressive. Shot off the mark by Pape. Nelson, ball fake. There's a nice drive down the lane. Get in and out. It's going to go back to Delphus. So, again, the right look. If you're New Bremen, nice little drive down the lane by Nelson. Just couldn't quite get it to fall.
And again, I know we said this in past games we've done. It just comes down to execution. That's good movement. It's a good look by Pape. That's a great drive by Marina Nelson. Shot just didn't fall. And that's, stuff that, you just shrug your shoulders at. It's a good look. Try to get them next time.
That's why you play solid defense and keep yourself in the game. I believe Power's going to be called there for the foul. And that is her third. Delphus throw it inside quickly to Klaus. And I was just going to say, it looked like she pulled away and took a step there, and right on top of it was the baseline official, travel. Turns it back over to New Bremen.
Just trying to rip away from the pressure. No score, no baskets yet this quarter in any way, shape, or form. So
5:35 left. 5:35 left to go here in our third quarter. Powers down the lane. The floater drops right on cue. Brandon?
Yep. Looked really good right there. A nice move by Abby Powers. Nice little move. She jumped like a frog there in the air. Gets that, it's a nice little teardrop to fall.
The 3-ball flying up there by number 24, Kerner. Delphus gets the rebound. Another opportunity. Pape finally comes away with it for New Bremen. Hirschfeld getting all kinds of attention after knocking down 2 threes in the first half. Cardinals work it back. Nelson has an opportunity. 3 on the way and knocks it down.
Desperately needed 3 to fall for New Bremen because they haven't had one fall for a while.
Nelson now with 10. And the Cardinal lead increases to 29. 3-ball on the way by Kerner, no good. Tracked down by Powers for New Bremen. Pass inside Nelson, goes up under the defense, and a good block there by Klaus. Klaus will launch a 3, short. Hirschfeld, good box out, comes away with it for New Bremen. Defense in the lane. Cardinals able to come away with it. Hirschfeld puts it up, no good. Cross court, Nelson will launch another 3, no good. So multiple opportunities here by New Bremen. And that is going to lead to a New Bremen full timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
3:42 left to go here in the third quarter. Cardinals on top 38-9. Delphus is yet to score in the second half.
Only 1 point since that third quarter, so. Again, this is a point, we were talking about off air, where you figure stuff out for the Cardinals here, being up 29.
They had a good first quarter, shot the ball really well, and sometimes that can be deceiving on how well your offense is working.
Yeah.
And they've definitely done some nice things. It's good to go against the zone. It makes you learn and adjust your game. And a travel called there against Rindler.
Yeah, and all sorts of different teams run zone. Jim Boeheim's run zone at Syracuse for how many years?
Yep.
You can see it, and you're going to see different types of zones now. They're just running a base 2-3 zone. They're not mixing it up or anything, but at least you see it. Sometimes it's hard to practice against your JV players.
Klaus goes cross court. That pass goes through the hands of Kerner and out of bounds. Kerner will give it back to New Bremen. Hayes will check back in for the Cardinals. So Nelson will run it here as the full court pressure coming from Delphus. And a good deflection there. Nelson, though, on it, steps into a 3, short shot.
Just not a good look there in transition from Nelson. Getting a little too greedy there, I think, on the New Bremen offensive end.
Kerner down the lane, swinging around. Klaus down through the paint. Shot doesn't go, but draws the foul.
And that's the thing. You've only scored 5 points this quarter because you're just getting content on offense. That's the hard thing in a game, too, when you, especially for Coach Timmerman, and you know, I'm sure he's stressing this with his team. You get up early, you get content, you know you probably already won this ball game, and you're just sitting back and kind of getting too comfortable.
Right.
And this is the point where you get better. You know, this is where you work on stuff.
Well, that's where you got to wipe the scoreboard off and just start at 0 with your team, like you said, so you can learn and develop and be better players here. The second free throw by Klaus is no good. And the tie up there is going to give it back to Delphus. Number 5 for the Blue Jays, Wiltie's back in the ball game. She'll trigger it. I'm sorry, that's Hershey throwing it in. They're almost out of bounds. Hershey scoops it up and scores.
And the first field goal for Delphus since the first quarter.
Quickly up court, Rindler down in the far corner. Tosses it out top to Nelson. Raymond work it inside to Hayes. There's that double team I was talking about. See how the team is collapsing so bad?
Yeah.
If you backside screen that, you'll have a wide open New Bremen Cardinal on the other side.
Yeah, you're right, too. And again, or just getting that ball out quick enough. They've committed to collapsing the blocks.
That's right.
So you know when you get it there that you've got to get it out right away. You know, it'd be like getting a free rusher off the edge in football and saying, get rid of that ball right away.
Cardinals keep it. Swing it back to Nelson, open for 3. In and out. Rindler up for the board, can't get it to go. Hershey there with the rebound, just under 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 38-12 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Favor of New Bremen. Nice cut down in the lane there by Altenberger. 3-ball, Klaus, long. Hirschfeld there with the rebound for New Bremen. Quickly gets it in the front court. Nice ball movement, gets to Hayes. Her jumper won't go. Nelson there for the rebound, goes up hard and draws the foul.
Again, nice take to the basket by Nelson. Again, just I'm not a fan of how the Cardinals are settling for these 3-point shots. You're getting just a little too content here in the second half. Got to work that ball on the inside a lot better.
Free throw by Nelson, in and out. Number 32, Burden, Abby Burden will check in for New Bremen, and also number 30, Chloe Homan. Second free throw on the way from Nelson is good. Minute 30 left to go in the third quarter. All New Bremen as they lead 39-12. Defense still applying good pressure. Mueller going down the baseline, goes up strong with it, shot no good. Nelson there with the rebound for New Bremen. Full head of steam. I'm not sure if she passed that through there, if it just fell through, but somehow got it to Homan. It's going to result in a jump ball and give it back to Delphus.
It's Delphus ball.
Yep. They called a jump ball after that passing underneath.
The second time we've had that tonight, we've been confused on where the ball's supposed to go.
1 minute left to go here in the third from New Bremen. If you're just joining us, my name is Greg Bruning, my partner Brandon Coverman. It has been all New Bremen here tonight. Delphus St. John's looking for some offense, get some there from number 00, Carolyn Mueller.
And the second three-pointer of the night for the Blue Jays.
They work it around the perimeter. Good pass into the high post area to Rindler. Shot rolls off. Ball still tipped around and finally pulled away by Mueller. 25 seconds left to go in the third. Mueller down the lane, draws the foul, and we'll go to the line for 2.
And the offense picking up really this quarter for Delphus, which is good after that stagnant second quarter.
Mueller's first free throw is short, off the mark. Final 20 seconds here of quarter number 3. Miller's second free throw is in and out, and Abby Burden right there for the rebound for New Bremen. Nelson walks it across, down to 12 seconds. New Bremen trying to reassemble here. Hirschfeld, Burden, 3-ball in the way, knocks it down. Abby Burden, nice looking stroke there. Final 2 seconds of the third quarter. And that ball goes out of bounds. 3 in the books. New Bremen 42, Delphus 15. We'll take a short break and be back with quarter number 4. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
We are here and here and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Welcome back to New Bremen. I'd like to remind everyone, NK Telco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's action on NK Telco Channel 3 or in HD on 503. This game will be replayed Thursday, December 22nd at 9 p.m. and Wednesday, December 28th at 5 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/net. As we get started here, /sports, as we get started here with the fourth quarter.
And again, it was a 9-6 New Bremen edge scoring that quarter.
Abby Burden's three-pointer a little short, goes out of bounds off of Delphus.
Burden did have 3 of those 9 points. She didn't hit a 3 early in that, or late in that third quarter.
Ella Pape to trigger it, tosses it up to Homan, back out to Powers, and out top to Burden. Good patience here by New Bremen. Homan loses the handle, able to get it back and push to the ground, and there is Pape with the shot, knocking down the 3.
Yeah, I think Chloe Homan got tangled up with a Blue Jay there. Someone was wanting to maybe a foul away from the ball.
There's Fairchild on the other end with a 3. Good box out by Hayes. And New Bremen quickly bringing it back the other way. Powers looking for Homan at the high post. Gets that entry.
And that girl in the middle is talking about Allison Hayes running that baseline to baseline, a little movement there, like you said, short quarter to short corner.
Well, the other problem you have is watch what happens when Bremen guards pass the ball. There's very little movement. If it is, it's from one side to the other. They got to start flashing into the paint area. Now they're starting to do it. Get into that painted area, and just to relocate so you're not standing in the same place, letting your defense settle in on you.
Yeah, I was going to say, not making the defense work hard. You're right.
There's good ball movement there. Pape shots off the mark.
And you made a great point there, not making the defense work hard. And that was one of the things, too, Coach Timmerman talked about in his keys to the game, is making those extra cuts on offense.
For sure.
And again, because he probably knew he was going to face zone offense, or face the zone defense, so he knew he had to run effective zone offense. And I know from his time at Marucci, he really liked to run that baseline to baseline stuff as well. So
Hirschfeld will check in for New Bremen as Homan checks out. Just over 6 minutes remaining in our ball game. Here's Will for Delphus. Has the ball slapped away. Abby Powers, as she toe taps the sideline, able to save it for the Cardinals. Coming back the other way, weaving through the defense. Pape thought about the 3. Good decision to be patient. Nice cross-court pass. Burden for 3, gets it to go. Abby Burden off the bench, knocks down 2 threes for New Bremen.
Yeah, she hit down a couple nice shots, too, in that JV contest, too, and Cardinals up 32.
Going back the other way, here's Kerner, the scoop down in the lane and the score.
Nice Nice response by Kerner, and a definite big basket there for Delphus.
Good look there by New Bremen. Good entry pass into Burden, who dives down in the lane. That foul's going to go against number 24, Kerner. That's going to lead to a Delphus St. John's timeout. We'll take a break as well. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
5:15 left to go in our ball game here from New Bremen. Cardinals up by 30.
And again, just settling in, working on some things. You got that big contest Saturday with Russia. Really a game where they're going to get tested. You play in the MAC. You always play a good conference schedule, but Russia probably one of the more premier non-conference teams that they're going to face this year, along probably with the Fort Loramie Redskins as well. And they played a really good Lincoln View team the other week, but trying to fine-tune some things for that game Saturday. I'll be on the call for that game too, so that should be a good one down in Russia.
Burden hits 1 of 2 at the foul line. Delphus, 3 ball on the way, no good. Tipped around and gathered by New Bremen's number 22, Ella Pape.
Cheer for Wooten now, too.
Thank you, Brandon. Foul called underneath. Oh, I take that back. A 3-second call against Hayes.
12 turnovers now for the Cardinals.
Will brings it across for Delphus. Kerner down the lane, nice little wrap around, can't get the shot to go. Burden away with the rebound. 4.5 left to go in our ball game. Hirschfeld, high post area is open, and reaching in and getting the contact will be number 21 for Delphus, Altenberger, her third. Third team foul against Delphus.
Coach Tierney starts to see as Olivia Thornton comes in, starting emptying that bench, get some of his girls a rest here.
Burden tosses it out top to Thornton. Shot blocked by Will. Thornton gets it back for the moment and then loses it as Klaus scoops it up for Delphus. Delphus works around the perimeter. Will lets it go from 3. No good. Ball tapped out of bounds off of Delphus.
Again, St. John's chugging up a lot of threes as well. They're only 2 of 14, so about 14% from the field. And again, running that press now.
Full court 1-3-1 pressure here by Delphus. And coach seeing his team struggle a little bit with it, takes the timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NK Telco. Call today
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Welcome back. 3:48 left in our ball game. Burden having a hard time getting that one in. It's going to lead to a jump ball. Let's stay with New Bremen. Hayes will come down and trigger it in for New Bremen. Get it into Thornton. Thornton quickly double teamed. And the jump ball called will give it back to Delphus.
And again, you got to see where that trap's going to. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You got to get that ball to the middle or something. Take it away from that sideline right there. It's dribbled right in the trap.
Will now with the ball. Goes down the lane. Right into Thornton. And will draw the foul.
And with that press now too, I'm sure Coach Timmerman talked during that brief timeout about what you need to do and where you need to really get that ball to. I mean, you can get it to the sidelines. You can't just force that ball to the sideline though and dribble it there. If a person's there and flashes to the sideline, then you can get it to them there. But don't force it and dribble it to that spot. The less dribbles, the better.
Free throw missed by Will. 3.5 to go in our ball game. 48-17 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Klaus with the rebound for the moment. Thornton going up strong to pull away the rebound. Burden gets it across, loses the defense, steps just out beyond the foul line jumper, no good. Hot potatoes goes by 3 people into Thornton's hands. Off the mark. Delphus comes away with the rebound. Pass off to Klaus out top. Hershey will let it fly from 3, no good. Cherka Wooten tied up with a jump ball. We'll get it back to New Bremen. Ellie Bornhorst will check in for New Bremen. Coach Timmerman trying to work on his 2-guard press break offense. Gets up to Hirschfeld. Gets it down the sideline to Bornhorst. Back out top to Burden. Burden wisely passes on the shot. And there is Will stepping in the passing lane. She'll take it the distance and score.
That's the kind of the definition of what we call telegraphing a pass right there, making it way too obvious of where it's going to go.
Burden gets it across. Swing it over to Hirschfeld. Back over to Burden. 2:15 to go in our ball game, and a double dribble called against Burden. Host of substitutions here for the Blue Jays. Wiltsey back in the ball game along with Fairchild. Mueller 00, 22 Mueller, and number 12, Maya Hobbs. Maya Boggs. Here's Mueller. Exactly 2 minutes to go. Loses the handle for a moment and drew the foul.
Shoot 1-and-1 here. Getting late in the game.
Free throw off the mark by Mueller. Ball turned over, scooped up by Mueller and scored. Bremen again trying to get through the press break. Minute 40 to go in the ball game. That one just gets to Pape, and a nice pass up ahead to Wooten. And Wooten draws the foul. So Bremen will trigger it out underneath their own basket. 1:37 to go. This one well in hand at 48-21 on our First National Bank scoreboard.
And New Bremen going to snap that 2-game losing skid as well. So getting back on the right side of the, getting right in the win column, I should say. So
Wooten gets it back out top. Cardinals wisely work it around the perimeter. High post area to Bornhorst. Good pass in again to Wooten. Goes cross court. A little high for Thornton. And we'll get a hand on it, but turns it over. Fairchild come back the other way, goes right to the bucket, can't get it to go. Pape there with the board, under a minute left in our ball game. Burden out top, working some time. Back to Thornton. Back out top to Pape. 35 seconds remaining. Jericho Wooten, nice move inside, up off the glass, and gets the friendly roll. Quickly back the other way, Delphus Blue Jays. Foul committed there against Melanie Mueller. That will send Mueller to the line for a 1-and-1, 18 seconds remaining. Free throw good by Mueller. Second one good as well. Had that one on the scorebook wrong. It was, point should have been given to Delphus, so I believe we'll make it 48-25. A 10-second count called against New Bremen. 5 seconds remaining. Delphus triggers it in. Mueller looking, not sure she realizes it. The last second puts it up. And that is the final horn as the Bremen Cardinals victorious with a final score of 50-23. While Brandon gets our stats gathered up here, we'll go over our highlights of tonight's action. Quarter scores went like this. First quarter ended in New Bremen on top 20-8. Second quarter was 33-9. Third quarter 42-15, and the final score in favor of the New Bremen Cardinals 50-23. I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's action. Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Speedway Lanes, NK Telco. First National Bank, our scoreboard sponsor, our player of the game sponsor, NK Telco, our timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. We'd also like to thank Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Sweeterman Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and St. Henry Bank, and our New Bremen Live sponsor, Speedway Lanes. Thanks to all those great sponsors. I'd like to also remind everyone this game will be replayed twice on NK Telco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503, Thursday, December 22nd at 9 p.m. and also Wednesday, December 28th at 5 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Here with our post-game wrap-up, Mr. Brandon Coverman.
Thanks, Greg. And taking a look at the final stats first for the Delphos St. John Blue Jays. They were 7 of 29 shooting, 2 of 15 from beyond the arc, 22 rebounds, 20 turnovers, and they were 5 of 17 from the free throw line. And New Bremen, they were 17 of 45 shooting. They were 6 of 28 from beyond the arc, 31 rebounds, 17 turnovers, and they were 71% from the line, 10 of 14. And taking a look at the individual scoring for Delphos, they were led by Carolyn Mueller with 7. They had 4 from Abby Kerner and Emma Will, and also Kirsten Klaus, and also 2 from Ava Hershey and Melanie Mueller. For the victorious Cardinals, they were led in scoring by Marina Nelson with 11. Mia Hirschfeld had 6. Abby Powers was 7. 7 for Allison Hayes and Abby Burton as well. And 8 from Chloe Homan and 2 from Ella Pape.
Yeah, New Bremen really set the tone early. Got out to a big lead in that first quarter, never looked back. And Delphos just really couldn't get offensively, couldn't get anything going. The size definitely a big issue. They sat in that zone pretty much the entirety of the game and rolled the dice with that and did not come up their way as the Cardinals come out victorious 50-23. That will make New Bremen 4-2 on the year. Delphos will fall to 1-7. Before we close out here tonight, I'd like to talk about our player of the game. That's sponsored by NK Telco. Tonight, that's going to go to number 23, Allison Hayes for New Bremen.
Yeah, and I think she did a pretty good job setting the tone against that zone offense early. Could have went a lot of different ways. You usually see a Homan or a Nelson go off for 20-some points, but it was a little more of a team game, team-oriented game night. I think that's one positive thing you can look at from Coach Andy Timmerman. He got 7 points, 2 from Abby Burton off the bench. You're going to have games where you can't just rely on Marina Nelson and Chloe Homan to be all the offense, because between them two, they averaged 29 points. So that's something, a positive to look at. It was more of a balanced offensive attack tonight. So I think that's something really positive that Coach Andy Timmerman can take out of this. So Allison Hayes, senior, congratulations, and NK Telco player of the game.
So again, congratulations to Allison and Hayes, and also to the New Bremen Cardinals as they are victorious with a final score of 50-23. That's going to do it for us here tonight. I'd like to thank my partner, Brandon Coverman. My name is Greg Burning. Thanks for watching, and have a great evening.